We've got sunshine. It has been warm, and there are some clouds that have started to move into the Tri-County area. Hey everyone, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rob Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center. We are about to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. Look at what has been happening across our Tri-County area and what's expected as we wrap up the work week and go into this weekend. Remember, Monday is the autumnal equinox. It turns to fall at 11:20 a.m., but it's not quite going to feel like it except for a few changes that are expected through the next couple of days. So let's get right to it. Across the high desert right here and right now, we have a mixture of sunshine and clouds. A lot of those clouds over the southern half of the Tri-County area, and there is no rain in sight. However, we do have a little bit of haze. That haze from regional wildfires, but not really impacting air quality too much at all. In fact, air quality from the DEQ, that hourly average, the base map here has been green for most of the day. A few spots of yellow out there, so good air quality, and even those real-time sensors from eSpace, all green, all good air quality. Now, the next couple of days that could be changing because of some smoke from a few fires across the state, but more smoke from fires that are over Washington, from the Olympic Peninsula all the way through the Cascades of Washington. So let's go ahead and look at this. Here through tonight, some areas of haze and smoke are expected. We could be looking at periods of reduced air quality. By tomorrow, a little bit more smoke rolls in from the north, and that's when we could be looking at unhealthy for sensitive groups. At times, maybe even getting a little bit worse. But outside of that, we're actually turning our attention to a couple more systems that are going to bring us a shot at some light showers. This isn't going to be a complete washout. In fact, some of us don't even get wet. And when we look at satellite and radar, we can see those clouds coming in from the south. Look a little further to the south. Look at Eureka, California, Redding, California. There are some showers and a few thunderstorms embedded in there. And this is because of a low pressure that's even further to the south. So when we switch gears and look at infrared satellite imagery, there's an enhancement on this that really helps pull out those tall clouds. And if we go ahead and pan this all the way down, we have a low pressure system that's over Southern California, and this low has a counterclockwise spin and it's moving to the north. As it continues to roll north, it's pulling a plume of moisture right into the Pacific Northwest in advance of this low. Now this low is actually going to fizzle out as it rolls into our region, into the Pacific Northwest, but we're still going to get impacts from it, and we're going to get impacts from another system that's further out over the Pacific Ocean. There is a cold front that's already developing, and as this front from a different low works its way into the Pacific Northwest. On Sunday, we get a dip in temperatures, we get some showers, but the mountains really absorb a lot of that moisture. We're not expecting much in the way of precipitation, but some of it is possible. Meanwhile, there's a broad ridge of high pressure out over the Pacific Ocean. So right now, as this high pressure is expanded into the Pacific Northwest and even into BC, Canada, we're not looking at too much of the way of impacts from the system that's out over the Gulf of Alaska, the northern Pacific Ocean. But the one that's over California, Southern California, that one starts to impact us through the next couple of days. Not much in the way of rain, more clouds, and still some thermal troughing, some warm air coming into the high desert until that next cold front rolls through. So let's go ahead and look at what we can expect. It is very dry. Relative humidity values are still in the 20s percentage-wise, with some 30s on the map. And high temperatures in the last 24 hours range from 77 in Sun River to 91 in Warm Springs. Now, some of these are from yesterday, where we have 91 in Warm Springs. That was definitely from yesterday. Current temperatures are ranging through the 70s and 80s. Now, it wasn't as warm as it was 24 hours ago. In fact, we've lost 1 to 4 degrees across the high desert, so not too different. It feels about the same, but that slight dip in temperatures is because of this next system. Our ridge of high pressure is starting to flatten, it's starting to weaken, and here through tonight, we're falling back into the 50s and 40s. Tomorrow, lower to mid-80s once again. So when we look at your school bus forecast, what we see is another cool start, another warm afternoon, but more PM clouds, and a few sprinkles possible. This is going to be the first chance of rain that we're looking at, and it's not going to be a very good one. It's going to be because of that low that's over California and working its way to the north. So highs in the 80s with some 70s. Then by Saturday, we're looking at in and out clouds a mixture of sunshine and cloud cover and turning our attention to that next cold front that's over the northern Pacific Ocean. As that rolls through, we're looking at showers on the high desert, some showers. Some of us don't even get wet, others just get a few sprinkles. Winds become breezy at times, but look at those temperatures. A dip in temperatures knocks us back down to near average briefly. So we have roller coaster highs, a few sprinkles Saturday and Sunday. By Monday, we are back to sunshine, back to our warming trend, and it's not until later in the 7-day planner that we really shift towards fall. Because remember, Sunday is the equinox, the autumnal equinox. It's when we turn the calendar to fall. So between now and 11 p.m. on Saturday, mostly dry, a few showers possible in the southern parts of our Tri-County area. But for the most part, we're not looking at much in the way of rain at all, even with Saturday and Sunday, some of those showers from our cold front roll through. So because of this high pressure, we get more clouds, we get a dip in temperatures, but by Friday afternoon, most of the shower activities are the highest elevations, not really making it down to the rest of the Tri-County area. By Saturday, a few sprinkles possible, but watch what happens on Sunday. You can start to see that front coming in on the top left portion of the graphic. As that rolls through, the mountains absorb a lot of the moisture, but some showers make it into the high desert. At the best, we're looking at some sprinkles. Some of us don't even get wet. By Monday, we're back to sunshine. So Sunday morning, Saturday night and Sunday morning is when that cold front pushed through. After that, we have sunshine Monday, sunshine Tuesday, and by Wednesday, we start to see some additional cloud cover, but still not much in the way of precipitation. So the last couple forecast model guidance runs have actually pulled that chance of rain out of the forecast. Between now and Saturday at 11 p.m., a couple sprinkles in our higher elevations, and it stays that way through Sunday. Gusts, on the other hand, 10 to 20 miles per hour, not too bad. Actual wind speeds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, we come back down to a gentle breeze, and the next couple of days, it could get breezy at times, at best. So for tonight, 50s and 40s are expected with a little extra cloud cover. And by Friday, we're looking at 80s for most of the high desert with a few 70s and a couple of 90s possible. A couple of showers are expected Saturday and Sunday. We do get our roller coaster temperatures, but by next week, we're mostly looking at 80s with 70s by Thursday because of another weak front that doesn't bring much in the way of rain chances, but it does bring that dip in temperatures that knocks us back to a fall feel. So our weather headlines for this Thursday, September the 18th, include high pressure and sunshine mixed with some clouds, warm days, dry conditions, breezy at times, and some showers, some sprinkles by Saturday and Sunday. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. See you then.